Well, hello, everyone. Thank you for coming here. This is Steve Garfield, and this is our show, Hello, Millie. And we're going to bring on the star of the show, my mom, Millie Garfield. Hi, Mom. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm
How's
really,
everyone?
I'm very good now that I see you here on the show. You're looking very nice this evening.
Thank you.
So we opened the show up to guests and questions from the viewers. So we're going to do that in a little bit. But why don't we start off with me asking you what is going on?
Well, there's a lot going on. Let's see. What should I tell you first? The first thing on my mind is something very unusual. Last week, I had an appointment with an occupational therapist for the first time this season. And when you go the first time, they want your medical records, they want your medical card. So I sat down with the lady and I pulled out my wallet to take out my cards to give to her. And I have trouble with my fingers, and so I couldn't pull the card out of its slot here. So I gave the wallet to her to take those out for me. And so she did. But before she did, she looked at the wallet and she burst out smiling and laughing and crying. I said, "What is going on with you? What happened?" Well, that wallet, turns out she told me that similar wallet belonged to her grandmother, who is now 104 years old.
Wow.
And she used this wallet. And I had this wallet for a million years. Not 104 years, but I've had this wallet for a long time. And I don't use it every day. It lays quietly in my bag, okay. But doesn't show any signs at all of wear. And so I told her, I remember buying this wallet at a store in Boston, and everyone went to Morton's. If you needed something special, that's where you went. And I wanted a special product, so I went to Morton's and I got this beautiful wallet. I don't know, maybe 50 years ago. And this is the way this wallet looks. And when she saw that, it reminded her of her grandmother.
Wow.
Wonderful memories. And she had to pull herself together till she could take care of the job that she had to do for me.
What a nice moment. Hold that up a little bit higher so we could see. That is something else.
And there's not a worn part. There's not a worn part. And when I tell my friends my story, they all remember that company. Davis, and now I forgot it for the minute, but that company, I don't know why, but that company, people remembered it. It was a fantastic product. And maybe at the time it was a little on the costly side, but all the ladies had to have a wallet like this. And then somewhere along the line, I also bought this eyeglass case that
Wow.
is in perfect condition. It never wore out. So that was a great moment for her. And it was a great moment that I shared with her on a very emotional attachment that she had for her grandmother. So
That's amazing. Because normally when you're in there to get whatever occupational therapy, they're in there to do their job.
That's right. And I've had therapy with her in the past, but I've never really had a personal contact with her. She sticks to business. She's very good at what she does, and she's strictly business, pleasant, but does her job. But this time she couldn't control herself. She really broke up. So I've been sharing that story with a lot of people because my daily life goes like this. There's no up and down here. Not yet. But I got a notice today from Brooksby. They're starting to open up things. So tomorrow morning there's going to be a special program on our station,
Yeah.
919, giving us details about when the dining room is going to open, when the bank is going to open, and you don't need to tell them you're coming. And a lot of services are going to start to be available. So the picture, hopefully, is going to bounce up and down now. So I am looking forward to getting the details on all of that.
Well, that's great. That's great to hear. And I just saw a note flash up that Governor Baker is going to talk about when everyone else in Massachusetts is going to be able to get the vaccine. So tomorrow morning he's going to give a schedule, so then I'll know when we're going to be able to get it.
That's why Brooksby, they must have known in advance this was going to happen.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, so they sent out a letter because they're opening all the doors, and all the doors have been closed tight.
Wow. Yep.
So it remains to be seen, for example, now you can't go to the dining room at all. And then there was a time where they had a maximum of maybe 25 people in a big dining room. So tomorrow I will hear what the limit is going to be, because I can't see that they're going to crowd it up as they used to.
Yeah.
So we'll get more details from Massachusetts and from Brooksby tomorrow.
Well, this has been a great way for us to get together. And why don't we just make believe we have a little dining table tonight? And I'm going to add to the stream two of my favorite friends and friends of yours. Chris Brogan will bring on, and then we'll also bring on Kerry Gorgone. Hi, guys.
When do your friends get here?
Hi there. Hi.
Oh.
Always that way. Well, I have a question. Does that mean if they're opening the dining room, is that going to change some of what's on the menu? Are there things that are easier to bring out to the tables than it is to put to the various rooms, or do you know?
Well, they're working on that. They're having trouble putting things out on the dining room. Always, anyway.
Oh, okay. In general.
It's a gamble. It's a gamble. The other night I had a good dinner. It was the meatloaf that I dolled up with ketchup, so that was okay. But every night is different. They did make an announcement that we have like 4 dining rooms in the whole development, and each dining room was serving the same thing. They were putting together the same thing. Now I understand each dining room is going to offer a different menu. So you can choose if you want to stay here in this development, or if you want to go take a little walk and go someplace else and get something different. So I'll know more tomorrow. They're always working on that, and they say thank you very much when you call up and you give your criticism or your positive. They appreciate whatever you say, and they try to help you. They just changed the time frame, the delivering meals now. And so now they decided each section is going to have a different time change for sending the food to your place. So today I got my food delivered to me about 5 o'clock. Last couple of days I got 4:30. So they're going to move that around because people are unhappy getting it too early, getting it too late, and they're trying to make us happy. So for 1 month, we'll get it at this time, and the next month we'll get it at that time. And then they'll complain and they'll change it again. They try. Yeah.
It must be, I think Carrie's just refreshing. It must be downright crazy to try to please so many people. As we all know, the world is full of so many different tastes. And
you can't please all people. Some lady I call up, she's never happy with whatever she gets. And then I spoke to another lady, she's happy with everything she gets. So everyone's different.
I like lady number 2.
Lady number 2 is, and lady number 1 can't understand how this other lady could like it every time.
Steve, you married lady number 2.
Oh, God.
Carol never complains.
Right.
That's right. She's like number 2. Yeah. She's a very pleasant lady. She doesn't complain. And my other friend can't understand that. She just can't understand. How could she like that? A lot of people, and me included, sometimes the meal is so bad, the entree is so bad, I just put it down the disposal. I used to save it. I said, well, maybe I'll try it again tomorrow. I don't
Because
do
it'll
that
be
anymore.
better. It'll be better the next day, Millie.
No, it's not better. It's not better. And the maintenance man who comes to help me with different problems I have, he says, "You're good. Your disposal is working good." Oh, I feed it very well.
You keep it well fed.
I do. It's not going hungry.
Keep those blades sharp. Is there an all dessert option?
Is there a dessert offer?
Like all dessert. Like if you're
Can
like,
you go to
forget
one
all
of
the
those
other
dining
stuff.
rooms? And,
Yeah.
Oh, if
all
you
dessert.
want to, you can fill out the form and say no entree.
Okay.
Told us that the other day. If you don't want an entree, just put down no entree, and you won't get an entree. Sometimes I don't put that down, but they forget to put in the entree. I open the box up and there's nothing in there.
You're not going to like it anyway.
diet plan of their own creation.
I complain. He listens. And the next thing you know, she knocks on my door and there's the entree. As soon as you complain, they take care of it.
But then you got to call again and say, I didn't like the entree. Making work for yourself.
Oh, yeah, I could do that too. Eventually, you have to speak up. Speak up. Absolutely. Yeah.
But that's important what you're saying. I mean, advocating for oneself doesn't really end ever. I mean, you have to say what you need. Otherwise, you're going to feel awful and you're not going to feel seen. You're going to feel invisible.
That's right. They have to know. They have to know that pot roast, you could not chew it. You could not cut it. You could not swallow it. It was not good. So I called and they said, what else would you like? What would you like to order? And they replaced it for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that talking.
I didn't have to wait.
Talking about person number one who's a complainer and
Yes.
person number two who's very nice, I'm going to bring on another guest, viewer, and a very nice cousin of ours.
Wonderful.
Cousin Harvey is here.
Oh, wonderful. Hi,
Oh.
Harvey.
Hello, nice to see you all.
Harvey's a great guy. He's a wonderful person.
Is he a number one or a number two type of person?
Oh, see, he's a good kind of person.
Like a complainer or a not complainer?
Not complainer.
No, you're right. I don't complain that much.
No.
But what if something's bad?
I still don't complain. It's not
So
worth
what-
it. Not
Okay.
worth it.
I-
If it's life-threatening or something for the family, then I turn nasty. Millie,
Some
you
people-
look beautiful.
Oh,
Thank you.
that's
Thank you.
sweet.
Oh,
That's sweet.
Yeah,
Steve,
sometimes
how are you?
I'm good. I'm good, Harvey. How's
Carol.
the Carol's very good.
Good.
She's on another call right now. She's co-president of a house in Jamaica Plain, the Lauren Greeno House, and they have a call tonight to look at an online system to help them market their weddings.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool system. I looked at it, so she's busy with that. So Harvey, how are you?
I'm doing okay. Today is 2 weeks after my last COVID shot.
Wow, that's great. Ma, it's 2
Yeah.
weeks for you too, right? For your
Yes.
COVID.
yeah, it was just 2 weeks for me. Yes, just yesterday.
You
Just
beat me by a day, Millie.
What that?
You beat me by a day. Today was my
Okay.
2 weeks.
Okay, I hope it all works well.
Yeah, from your mouth to the one up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the first thing you're going to do now that you're both fully vaccinated? What have you been wanting to do that you couldn't?
Well, I want to go to the dining room for dinner with my friends, and I've heard today that is a strong possibility starting next week. I don't know the limitation of the room. They tried this once before, and they only had a small amount of people in the room. I don't know what they're going to do this time. But I'm looking forward to getting out there and talking and being with my friends. Now we walk down the hall and we barely say hello and we keep on going. So people have cooperated. They say we stay 6 feet apart for a year.
Yep, for a year.
Yeah. Yeah. Are they wearing a mask when you're in the hall?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
They did a pretty good job of keeping my mother's place COVID free.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that there were maybe 9 employees that were out, but no resident. So they're working on it. Only 2 people in the elevator at a time, and it's a fairly long elevator, but just 2 people in the elevator. Yeah. So they've been successful that way.
Hey, it's to everybody's benefit.
That's true, right?
Yeah.
What about you, Harvey? What are you going to do now?
Good question. I'm waiting for another week. Then my daughters will have their 2 shots. Then I want to hug them and kiss them.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
So have you been able to? Have you seen them at all?
I've seen them. Yeah. Yeah. I've seen Nancy more so because she lives, near me. But yeah, I've seen her enough where she had me do her taxes. Papers.
That was
She left
best.
papers for me.
She's like, pandemic schmandemic. I got taxes to do. I'm not going to do it.
My mother's accountant retired this year, so she gave me her taxes to do. So I went online with TurboTax, where it's free.
Yeah.
TurboTax is free, and I used TurboTax, and it said, this is going to cost you money because it's not totally free. It depends. But I did have a question, and so I clicked a button, and they said that a tax expert would chat with me for free. And so a CPA of, 20 years experience got on the phone with me. Her name was Amy, and then she came and took over my screen. Well, she could see my screen. I still did the clicking, and I showed her what my question was. That was all solved. And she said, while I have you on the phone, does your mother pay rent? Because in Massachusetts, there's a circuit breaker for people 65 and over, and they get a rebate, a benefit, so you can get a tax refund. And I said, oh, no, I didn't put that in there. So we're going to confirm how much rent she pays, and it looks like we could have saved her $1,100. Yeah.
Wow, you're bad at this tax thing.
So I'm a pretty good tax accountant.
Yes, you are.
That's what your father wanted you to do. He wanted you to be an accountant.
Well, that we know. I know that very closely because that's what I went to UMass as my major until I switched out of it. That wasn't
you switched then and years later.
Yeah, that wasn't the major for me.
Yeah.
Were you still working on that, Steve? I thought we found out that was only a Massachusetts thing.
Right. So you can have it. We just need to confirm what your monthly rent is, excluding the food. And so that's kind of our last open question. I don't know if we can figure that out, but we need to try.
Okay.
Excluding the food? Really?
Well, I mean,
you can ask an accountant right here, Harvey.
No, actually, you've got to look at your contract for food.
Brooksby, you have to look at the contract?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to be very careful in that stuff.
That's a work in progress.
So we'll do that.
Good.
Have Amy do it.
Amy was great. We were chatting with her, and I don't even know where she's from, but it turns out her grandmother also lived at Brooksby.
Oh.
So,
So she'll know just where to look. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, it's a great.
And I wonder if probably not Massachusetts. I was going to say that maybe
Right.
the grandmother got the credit too.
right.
Oh, that makes sense. I feel like you can, anyway, if you live in Massachusetts, deduct the rent you pay against your state income tax, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you can. They do ask you for that information.
I don't even live there anymore, and I know that, Steve.
That's awesome.
Accountant Steve.
I know the box. I know the box where I need to key it into, so I'm ready to go.
I hated accounting so much. I had one guy I was friends with for like a whole decade after college just so he would do my taxes.
Oh.
No.
How do you do your taxes now?
I know he stopped doing them after I got married. I don't know what happened.
So you just don't do them?
Yeah, of course I do them. But, we use, I forget one of the online ones. I don't think it's TurboTax. It might be H&R Block, like online. And we probably leave a lot of money on the table because I'm way too lazy to hold on to receipts for like 7 years. So I just don't do the standard deduction.
Yeah, well, that's what they're saying now. There's more and more people are qualifying for the standard deduction.
Oh.
That's so much easier then. You don't have to save a bunch of receipts and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to. Nope.
There was this lady who I was referred to who was, the way they said it too is they said, she's an H&R Block person, but don't let that bother you. I was like, okay, I didn't have an opinion either way, but thank you for telling me. And her name was Margot. And they said the only thing is you have to plan at least an hour with her.
Oh.
And I was like, wow. I said, my finances aren't that big a deal. She goes, no, she loves to talk. And if you talk her up, if you have a good chat with her, she will do wonderful things with your taxes. I was like, well, okay. And for I don't know how many years, I went to her, an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and a half, whatever it was. And it was worth it. But then she also had this other interesting distinction, that car Saturn that GM had put out. I was the Saturn driver. Well, Margot had the very first year ever Saturn, and she kept it for like almost 400,000 miles. So GM said, can we please buy it back from you? We'll give you tons of money because there's like not another one on the road that we can talk about. She was like, okay. So they gave her like a brand new Saturn, a bunch of money on top of that, and, used her car as some kind of like a demo of like how amazing their cars could be because she made it almost 500,000 miles before they
Wow. That's impressive.
Just a Saturn, nothing fancy.
Yeah, interesting.
I drive a 2002 Ford, but it has like not many miles on it because I don't have to go that many places. So, especially now. So it won't be that impressive. Nobody's going to buy it back from me.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. You hold on to it a little bit more.
Okay.
I'm surprised that Margot bought the first year of the Saturn. They always say don't buy the first model year or something. So
I had a Toyota, and I must have had it 13 years, very low mileage. And fortunately, Steve knew someone whose son was ready for a car. And so I sold it to the son. And this is a few years ago now. He's driven that car to California and back, and the car has given him no problems whatsoever. He's still driving that car. I never drove so far with it, and it's still working.
You're the one when the car salesman say, this was owned by a little old lady. This is a cream puff. You're unbelievably lucky to get this car. Like, you were that lady.
You're right.
Lady, yeah. Oh,
Except they say she's from California.
Right. Once I bought I think
because there's no rust.
It was, and the minute we got it, it was a brand new car. The minute we got it, we had
Chevy Citation.
We had problems all along with that car.
That was a lemon. That was the worst.
Yeah, that was the big lemon.
Was that a stick shift, that particular one?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I had a stick shift Citation, and Gear 3 just went away. Like it was a used car, but the month I bought it, Gear 3 vanished, so I could only do 2 or 4. Have a nice day.
Let's see what happened. My car. So one of my cars, it was a Saab. It was totaled because I went to the Boston Beer Fest. And it was in Suffolk Downs. And after the Beer Fest, we were leaving Suffolk Downs, and there was a puddle in front of me. And Carol said, that looks kind of deep. I said, it doesn't look that deep. So I drove through it, and we got stuck, and water started coming in the doors. So then Carol and I pushed the car to the side, and then we opened the doors, and we had the beer cups that they gave you from the Beer Fest, and we were bailing out the car with the beer cups.
Wow.
And so the insurance company totaled that car, and you were getting a new Toyota at that time. So we took your old Oldsmobile. I don't know if you remember that one. That was a
Oh, I know.
big old boat. So I had that Oldsmobile. And Chris, what's funny is that car stopped having reverse. So whenever I drove that somewhere, like into a parking lot or something, I had to make sure I pulled into a place that I could pull straight out of.
Oh.
Hey, my daughter Tammy and their family went down to see the Pawtucket Red Sox. So while the car was parked, all of a sudden there was this gigantic rainstorm, and they go back to the car in the lot there. The whole lot was flooded. So that her car got totaled because of that.
Oh, it got flooded while it was parked.
Yep. But
I'd like to somehow blame the Paw Sox for that, but this was probably weather related.
I went there never to watch a game, but I would buy the merchandise. I would go to visit my uncle in Attleboro and drive down to Pawtucket and buy T-shirts and things for the kids.
oh, you're good. You're good.
Right? I really am. Do they appreciate it? No.
No,
Just kidding.
but it
You
made
still
you
have them.
feel good, didn't it?
I liked it. I did.
Yeah.
I wonder if they would like any merchandise from the Woo Sox.
Maybe. I mean, they've never actually said, no, I don't like this and I will never wear it. They just, they cycle it out, eventually. Have like their favorite 5 ones that they wear on top, their favorite clothes, and the rest just like perform a layer on the bottom of the bureau. And
Oh,
never,
right.
you know what I
right.
mean? So
Oh,
they
no,
stay,
I
like,
totally know what you
crisp
mean.
and
Hey, I
new.
have to take this.
Okay,
Love you all. Nice to see you.
bye.
And then the ones that they wear all the time get like faded and washed out, and they just cycle them through on the top layer. That's
Right,
it.
like the
Yeah.
clothes I've been wearing from the past year.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
I love them. I love those clothes.
I was just thinking that though, because I'm looking at Millie and she looks like $1 million,
She does.
and I'm dressing like a hobo every day. And, some days it's like pants. Who needs them? I just make videos all day. And meanwhile, Millie looks like $1 million over there. So I think I should take some hints.
Oh, I'll finally start wearing some different clothes. I put on a sweatshirt. I'm very comfortable in it. The pants and the shirt, that's what I wear. Don't go anywhere. That's what I wear. It's nice, comfortable. But all my winter things, fall things are hanging in the closet and they're crowding each other. So now I'll be very happy to get on with some of that clothes, some of the brand new stuff. I'll start wearing my clothes. And then by the time I start wearing them, it'll be time for summer clothes.
Oh, I'm looking forward to the warm weather. It's going to be awesome.
That'll be great. Right.
I finally wore out my pandemic jeans. I had like one pair of jeans that were on the top layer that I would wear the whole lockdown. And
Yeah.
they finally got like really worn and funky. So I was like, all right, I guess I'll go down to the second layer. The second layer of jeans. And my t-shirts, I go through maybe like 10 t-shirts and a couple sweaters depending on the weather. But sometimes I rediscover one in the bottom of the hamper that I've been missing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's exciting days, That's pandemic excitement.
Yeah, like reshuffle them. Put the bottom on the top and then see what you have down
So
there.
much work, though. Take
Good
things
thing I
out.
hear, and I haven't done it, but the good thing I hear is that people who are on the internet a lot, they dress up from the waist up. They don't dress from the waist down. They put the whole thing on the bottom. As long as they look good from the waist up, we're all set.
That
We
is
call
so
it
true.
Winnie the Poohing. Because Winnie just wore that little red shirt and that's all he had.
No
That's
pants.
enough.
No pants.
That's it, right. Like my makeup. I haven't bought any lipstick or powder or anything. I don't wear it anymore. So the cosmetic industry must be suffering.
I
True.
would think so, yeah. Especially because we're all wearing masks when we do go out, so you don't
That's
have to worry
right.
about lipstick.
I put on makeup if you're going to cover your whole face.
Yeah. No one's gonna see
Yeah.
it. And
Oh,
everything's really janky outside of camera. Like there's just paper and books and like whatever. So you just see the little square in the
but
camera. Everything else is a big mess.
stop wearing those masks because I don't recognize the people. I say
No.
hello whoever I see, but I'm not sure who they are because their whole face is covered up.
It's a bunch of bank robbers. That's all I figured out. We're surrounded by bank robbers.
I kind of want to keep the masks like when this is over. I'm horrified when I look at like footage of us at baseball games and doing normal things pre-pandemic. We're all so like
Yeah.
squished in,
I
just
have a whole
willy-nilly.
I have all different color masks.
I want to keep them. I want to wear them.
Yeah.
I don't want to breathe other people's air anymore. I don't trust people anymore.
I have a good one that I've been wearing. Under Armour was the best. They have this sports one. It's really, really good. So
One
I've
of the
enjoyed wearing that around.
one of the cousins started to make masks months and months ago, and she was diligent. She was making many masks, and she mailed me a bunch of masks. But the trouble with her masks, she put all that work into it. But the trouble with the mask was it was small, and the elastic was tight. So if I had another one to wear, I chose the others. Hers was too small, too tight. With all her hard work, that was too bad.
Yeah, you need a good fit. That's true.
Yep. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. This was so special. Appreciate it. Love you guys.
Fun,
Love you. Thanks for having us by.
Okay.
You can boop us now.
Oh, yeah, I can. I'm going to do that right now. And then, so that's how we do it. And Mom, this was great. We had some guests. Cousin Harvey came.
Wonderful.
We had a very nice time at our little dinner table of our own here.
Yes, that was really a good idea. It was very pleasant, very nice.
Yep. All right. Well, have a good night, and we'll see you soon.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye bye.